Right, so get ready, because today we're going to unlock some serious potential. We're diving deep into Think and Grow Rich.
Ooh, yeah.
This book has been around forever, it feels like,
Yeah.
almost a century.
Yeah.
And it's helped so many people achieve success.
It really has.
And I don't just mean money here
No, 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 not at all.
when we talk about success.
Think and Grow Rich isn't some get-rich-quick scheme.
Right.
It was published way back 1937.
Wow.
And it draws from, like, the wisdom of Andrew Carnegie
Mm.
and just tons of other successful people. It's really about a mindset that you can use to achieve anything you want in any area of your life.
I love that. I love that it's not just for, like, Wall Street.
No.
It's for everybody.
It's for everyone.
And one thing that really jumps out at you from the start is just how important desire is.
Oh, absolutely.
And we're not talking about just wishing for things.
No.
It's that deep, burning desire.
Yeah, it's that fire in the belly,
Yeah.
And the book tells the story about Edwin Barnes, and he was so determined to work with Edison.
Oh, wow.
Not for him.
Interesting.
He wanted to be Edison's partner.
Yeah.
And it's because of that drive that he eventually ended up becoming his partner.
Wow.
And it really makes you think, like, what is your burning desire? What's that one thing you want so bad you can practically taste it?
I love that question.
Yeah.
That's such a great question to ask yourself. And I think a lot of people, though, would say, well, sure, I desire things, but wishing doesn't make it happen.
Yeah, that's where belief comes in.
Right.
Or faith, as the book puts it.
Okay.
Think and Grow Rich talks about faith being this eternal elixir,
Ooh.
the thing that brings our thoughts to life.
Okay.
And this has nothing to do with religion.
Right.
It's about getting into this state of mind where you truly believe you can achieve what you set out to do. Like, think about the author's son.
Mm-hmm.
He was born deaf,
Oh, wow.
but through his father's belief and his own belief, he was able to overcome it.
Wow. Talk about inspiring. And the book even connects this to fellas like Gandhi,
Yeah, yeah.
who united millions through the sheer force of his belief.
The power of faith is amazing.
It is incredible. But how do we actually build that faith?
Well, that's where auto-suggestion comes in.
Okay, explain that one to me. It sounds kind of like mind control.
It's not mind control. Think of it more like giving yourself positive affirmations,
Okay.
but doing it in a very deliberate way.
Yeah.
Think and Grow Rich actually outlines these 6 steps to riches.
Wow.
And a big part of it is writing down your goals, really visualizing them, and then repeating these positive statements to yourself. It's like you're rewiring your brain for success.
I think everybody listening has experienced that thing where you just sort of expect something to go wrong.
Yes.
And then it does.
It does.
So this is almost like flipping the script on that.
Yeah, you're intentionally planting those seeds of success.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
And it's kind of like the book also talks a lot about organized planning.
Okay.
It basically says that knowledge isn't enough.
Right.
You've got to be able to take that knowledge and
Yeah.
use it. And it tells this great story about this grocery store salesman during the Depression.
Oh, wow.
So he loses his job.
Yeah.
But instead of panicking,
Yeah.
he takes his knowledge of accounting
Okay.
and he starts this mobile bookkeeping service.
Wow. So he turned a crisis into an opportunity.
Exact.
Did that work out for him?
He ends up having this thriving business.
Wow.
Because he saw a need and he used his skills in a really smart way.
Yeah.
And that's what the book is getting at. Planning isn't just for big companies, it's for everybody. It even talks about this woman who made this personal service sales plan to help her son get a job.
Wow.
All about figuring out how to present your skills and your value to the world.
It's like creating a marketing campaign for yourself, essentially.
Exactly.
Okay, that's brilliant. So I've got burning desire, unwavering belief,
Yeah.
a solid plan. What comes next?
So this is where it gets really interesting. The book talks about the power of decision. Not just thinking about things, but making clear choices and then committing to them.
Oh, I know that
Hey.
struggle. Procrastination is a real thing.
It is a real thing.
But how do we overcome that?
The book tells this great story about Charles M. Schwab.
Okay.
And he secured this billion-dollar deal for U.S. Steel.
Wow.
And the way he did it was he was able to clearly articulate his vision to J.P. Morgan.
Yeah.
He didn't hesitate. He just laid it all out, And it worked.
That decisiveness.
Exactly.
That clarity of purpose.
It's magnetic.
It really is. It's like the universe is waiting for you to just make up your mind.
Exactly.
But, it's easy to get stuck in that. Like, what if I choose wrong?
Oh, absolutely. And that's what the book is addressing. It's saying that until you make that decision, you're kind of just spinning your wheels. So it's time to stop thinking about it and start acting.
Love it. What do you want, listener?
Exactly.
And are you ready to make that decision?
Yeah.
I love how the book really challenges us to, like,
Take ownership.
yes, take ownership. But, even with the best plan and the strongest will, things don't always go smoothly, right?
No, of course not. And that's where persistence comes in.
Right.
That's that quality that separates the achievers
Okay.
from the dreamers. And the book talks about Darby, who almost struck gold during the gold rush.
Oh, wow.
He didn't find the gold,
Yeah.
but what he did find was that the real treasure was persistence.
Wow.
So he took that with him into his insurance career
yeah.
and became incredibly successful.
So even when things don't work out how you planned, there's a lesson there.
There's always a lesson.
What a powerful way to reframe setbacks.
Yeah, see them as stepping stones. Never give up on your goals.
I'm getting fired up just thinking about this. But let's be real, persistence is tough,
It is tough.
especially when you're facing all those challenges.
Yeah, but that's where the example of Muhammad is so inspiring.
Okay.
This guy faced intense opposition, hardship,
Wow.
but he persisted for 10 years
10 years.
before he achieved success.
Wow.
Talk about commitment.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
So persistence isn't just about achieving our own goals.
It's bigger than that.
It's like this ripple effect,
Yeah.
inspiring other people,
Yeah,
maybe even changing the world.
that's the idea. Muhammad's belief and persistence started a movement,
Wow.
changed history.
Yeah.
And that leads nicely into the next principle, the mastermind.
Oh, the power of collaboration.
Yeah.
I love this idea that we don't have to do everything alone.
We don't. Even Henry Ford, right, brilliant guy.
Yeah.
But he still knew that he needed to be around other brilliant minds.
Yeah.
He was friends with Thomas Edison, Harvey Firestone.
Yeah.
Together, they accomplished amazing things.
It's like that saying, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together.
I love that.
Yeah, that's it. So the mastermind principle is saying find those partnerships.
Yeah.
Find those collaborations that support your goals.
We can achieve so much more together,
Yeah.
but even with the best team
Yeah.
and the strongest drive, there's something that can hold us back.
Oh, I think I know where you're going with this.
Yeah.
Those inner fears that we all face.
Yes.
Yeah.
6 basic fears, the book says, can sabotage us. Fear of poverty, criticism, ill health, loss of love, old age, and death.
Oh, these are like those universal anxieties.
They are universal anxiety.
Everybody deals with these to some extent.
Yeah.
But how do we keep those fears from,
Controlling us.
controlling us?
The book actually breaks down each fear
Okay.
and it lists the symptoms.
Oh.
So you can actually recognize them in yourself.
That's really useful.
It is useful. Like if you find yourself always procrastinating,
Mhm.
maybe that's tied to a fear of poverty.
Oh, that's interesting.
Or if you're always criticizing others, maybe it's a fear of being criticized yourself.
I struggle with making excuses.
Oh, me too.
So how do we break free from that based on the book?
The book suggests that we reframe our thinking, replace fear with faith and courage.
Okay.
We can choose our thoughts.
Yeah.
So if we focus on the positive,
Yeah.
we can kind of neutralize that grip of fear.
I love that. And there's one other fear, right, that the book talks about
There is, yeah.
that's often misunderstood.
The fear of expressing our true selves.
Ooh, that's a deep one. I think a lot of people can relate to that.
I think so too.
Yeah.
And the book challenges us to be authentic,
Yeah.
to really embrace who we are
Mhm.
and not be afraid to stand out.
I'm getting so much to think about from this.
Me too.
It's like we're peeling back those layers of what's holding us back.
Exactly.
And it's empowering to realize we can actually change those patterns.
And that brings us to a really interesting and sometimes controversial
Yeah.
topic.
Oh.
Sex transmutation.
This one's a bit spicy.
It can be.
But how do we, channel that energy? Asking for a friend.
Well, it's not about what you might think. It's
Yeah.
not,
Okay.
the book is really talking about taking that drive, that
Yeah.
passion we all have, and directing it toward creative work. Think of Beethoven, Napoleon, intense people.
Intense, yeah.
That energy, if you harness it, can fuel some incredible things.
So it's like harnessing that power
Yeah.
and using it to create something amazing rather
Yeah.
than letting it control us.
Exactly.
Okay.
Think of all those geniuses throughout history.
Yeah.
A lot of them had this incredible drive, this
Yeah.
passion
Yeah.
that they put into their work.
Yeah.
The book is saying that this is the energy behind creative breakthroughs.
This is making me think about all that untapped potential within each of us.
It's exciting, isn't it?
It is. If we could just tap into that energy, what can we create?
Well, to do that, we need to understand the mind,
Yeah.
especially the power of the subconscious.
Yeah. Ah, yes, the subconscious mind. The book calls it the gateway to infinite intelligence.
It is.
That's a powerful concept.
It emphasizes that our subconscious mind is constantly listening and responding to our thoughts and beliefs.
So if we want to manifest our desires, we need to not just think about them,
Right.
but feel them.
That's the key. The book talks about emotionalized thought. Our emotions make our thoughts way more powerful
Oh, wow.
and easier for our subconscious to accept.
So it's not just about positive thinking.
No.
It's about feeling those emotions as well.
Exactly. And it outlines the 7 positive and 7 negative emotions. Cultivate the positive ones like love, faith, enthusiasm, and avoid the negative ones like fear, anger, jealousy.
This is fascinating. It's like we're getting this roadmap to understand our own minds and
Yeah.
how to use that power to achieve what we want. And again, it's not just about wealth. It's about unlocking our full potential in every area of life.
That's what makes Think and Grow Rich so timeless. It's about living a rich, fulfilling life in every sense of the word.
But there's more to explore.
There is.
Have you ever noticed how some people just seem to attract good things?
Oh, yeah.
Like they've got this invisible force working for them?
That's what we'll be talking about next time.
Okay.
We're going to dive into some of the lesser known but equally powerful concepts from the book. Get ready to uncover the secrets of attracting the success that you desire. It's interesting, how the book, even though it's about personal achievement,
Right.
it also talks about economic freedom and opportunity.
That's true. Yeah, you might not expect that in a self-help book,
Yeah.
but it makes sense when you think about the time it was written.
Yeah.
Think and Grow Rich came out during the Great Depression.
Exactly.
Things were really tough for a lot of people.
Yeah, they were. And the book talks about the challenges of that era, but it also really emphasizes how America had and still has all these incredible opportunities for anyone who's willing to put in the effort.
I remember the book talking about how even back then, a simple breakfast
Right.
with ingredients from all over the world
Yeah.
was still affordable to most people.
Yeah, yeah.
And it really drove home the point that even during hard times,
Yeah.
there's this abundance.
Yeah.
You just got to know how to tap into it.
Right. It shows how free markets and people working together can create prosperity.
Okay.
And the book argues that even in a downturn, there are opportunities all around us
Yeah.
if we can think creatively.
But,
Yeah.
I think some people would push back on that, right? And say,
Yeah.
well, not everyone has the same opportunities.
Well, the book does address that. It makes a distinction between capital as just money
Okay.
and capital as the combined intelligence and effort of
Yeah.
people working together.
So it's like this,
And it challenges
Yeah.
the idea that wealth is this zero-sum game.
right? Where in order for somebody to get rich, somebody else has to lose.
Yeah, exactly. It's about
Yeah.
creating value
Yeah.
through innovation, hard work,
Yeah.
and using resources in a smart way.
Okay.
It's about seeing potential where other people only see limitations.
So it's not about taking a slice of a limited pie. It's about baking a bigger pie for everyone.
Yes, that's a great way to put it.
And this leads to another really powerful concept the book talks about. This idea of not trying to reap without sowing.
Right.
Wait, so you can't just sit back and expect good things to fall into your lap.
The book's saying that lasting success, both personal and financial, comes from being willing to give value
Right.
in exchange for those rewards.
It's about understanding that that exchange of value, right? Like
Yep.
providing something that other people need or want.
Exactly. And the book introduces this idea of your QQS rating.
QQS.
Stands for quality, quantity, and spirit. It's a really cool way to think about the value you bring to the table.
So it's not just about working hard, but it's the quality of your work, going above and beyond.
Yeah.
And really approaching everything with a positive attitude.
You got it. Be a go-giver,
Yeah.
not just a go-getter. And this kind of comes back to what we talked about earlier, the importance of decision-making.
Yeah.
The book is very insistent on this.
I know, right? It's almost like it's saying, like,
Yeah.
just make a decision
Yes.
and go for it.
Commit.
Commit. Okay. But,
Yeah.
isn't there a risk of, like,
Yeah.
making the wrong decision?
Well, that's where fear comes in. The book actually argues that indecision is a form of fear.
Oh, that's interesting.
Fear of messing up.
Yeah.
Fear of being criticized.
Fear of failure.
Yeah, exactly. The book encourages us to trust our gut,
Oh, yeah.
even if other people doubt us.
Didn't they use Henry Ford as an example in the book?
Yeah. Great example. Everyone thought he was crazy for trying to build these cars, but he believed in his vision and he wouldn't quit.
Wow, and look at the impact he had.
Amazing. It's a powerful reminder to,
Yeah.
believe in yourself and act on your convictions.
But the book also says it's easy to fall into traps that that keep us from taking action, right?
Absolutely.
Like what?
It calls them famous alibis. There are those excuses we tell ourselves to avoid responsibility.
Okay.
Things like, I don't have enough time.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not smart enough.
Yep.
I don't have the right connections.
Oh, man, I've used all of those.
Me too.
It's
It's so easy to let those thoughts hold you back.
It really is. So how do we escape that trap?
The book encourages developing a mindset of self-reliance.
Okay.
It's about believing in your ability to learn, grow, and achieve.
Yeah.
It's about taking action even when you're uncertain,
Yeah.
learning from your mistakes,
Mm-hmm.
and recognizing that we're all capable of more than we think.
This reminds me of what the book says about taking responsibility for our own education, right?
Yeah.
Like continuing to learn always. It's not just about school. It's about always seeking out new knowledge.
It is. Knowledge is always evolving.
Yeah.
To stay ahead, you have to be a lifelong learner.
And there are so many resources available now.
So many.
Online courses, books, podcasts like this one.
It's amazing.
It's incredible how much information is right there at our fingertips.
Yeah. The key is to be proactive, though.
Right.
Seek out the knowledge and the skills that you need to
Yeah.
reach your goals.
It's about becoming the master of your own destiny, not a passive bystander.
I love that.
And that's what I love about Think and Grow Rich. It doesn't just give you information.
Right.
It empowers you to take action.
It's a call to action.
Yeah.
An invitation to tap into your potential.
Okay, so we've talked about desire, belief, planning, decision, persistence, masterminds, fears, channeling our energy, and taking ownership. It's amazing how all of these principles build upon each other.
Yeah. It all comes back to desire, though, in the end.
Right.
Remember what the book says. The starting point of all achievement is desire.
So before we move on, I want to ask our listeners one more time. What is it that you truly desire?
Yeah.
What are you willing to put your heart and soul into achieving?
It's a question worth thinking about, because once you identify that, those principles we've been talking about,
Yeah.
those become your guiding lights.
Yeah.
But here's something else to consider.
Okay.
Have you ever noticed how some people just seem to attract good things into their lives effortlessly?
You mean like they have a lucky streak?
It's more than luck.
Okay.
In the next part of our deep dive,
Yeah.
we're going to explore some of the subtle but powerful ways
Okay.
to align ourselves with success and attract the things that we want.
All right, so we're back. And I'm really intrigued by this whole idea of attracting success.
Yeah.
Is it actually possible to, like, magnetize yourself to good things?
That's what Think and Grow Rich suggests.
Oh.
And it all goes back to desire.
Right.
But it's not just about money.
Right. Think and Grow Rich, it's not just about financial riches. It's about defining what riches mean to you.
Exactly.
So that could be strong relationships, a fulfilling career, expressing yourself creatively,
Whatever truly matters to you.
whatever truly matters to you.
The book uses riches in a much broader sense. It's really about living a full and meaningful life. And it all begins with figuring out what you really want.
So step one is being crystal clear on what your burning desire is. But then how do you go from just wanting something to actually attracting it into your life?
Yeah, the book says it's not enough to just wish for things.
Okay.
You have to be clear about why you want them.
Oh, the why behind the desire.
Yes.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because if you're not truly passionate about it, you're probably not going to put in the effort.
Exactly. And that motivation,
Yeah.
that's what's going to fuel you.
Mm-hmm.
Keep you going when you hit those roadblocks. It's like having this inner compass guiding you towards what you really want.
I like that.
But here's something interesting. The book warns against letting other people's opinions influence your desires.
Oh, I've been there.
Yeah.
It's so easy to get caught up in what everyone else expects or compare yourself to what everyone else is doing.
It's such a trap. True success comes from aligning yourself
Yeah.
with your own values, your own aspirations, not someone else's.
So protect that vision.
Protect it. Be
Yeah.
careful who you share those early dreams with.
Protect it from negativity, from doubt.
Surround yourself with people who believe in you, people who support your goals. Remember the mastermind principle. That's key here.
That makes sense.
Yeah. It's like they say, you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with.
Ooh, that's a good one.
So if you want to do great things, surround yourself with people who inspire you, challenge you, and help you grow.
I love that.
Yeah.
But even with the best support system, there's still that inner game to master,
Mhm.
right?
Right. And that's where this concept comes in.
Yeah.
Our thoughts are powerful energy.
Okay, let's unpack that. I remember the book saying that our thoughts can actually shape our reality.
They can. It's like that whole thoughts become things idea, Think and Grow Rich, is saying we are, in essence, creators.
But how does that actually work? It's not like magic or something, right?
The book takes it even further. It suggests our brains are these powerful transmitters and receivers,
Okay.
constantly sending and receiving thoughts, ideas through this unseen field of energy.
I'll admit that sounds a little out there to me.
It might sound a little out there, but then you think about, quantum physics,
Yeah.
what we're discovering about how everything is interconnected.
Right.
Maybe our thoughts and our intentions have a bigger impact than we realized.
So Think and Grow Rich, even though it was written so long ago, it was already kind of tapping into these ideas.
It's pretty incredible, isn't it? Shows we're just scratching the surface of human potential.
Yeah. So with all this talk about attracting success,
Mm.
what kind of responsibility do we have then to use that power wisely?
That's a big question. It's a reminder that Think and Grow Rich isn't just about getting what you want.
Right.
It's about making the world better.
So it's about using these principles to not only achieve your own dreams, but to create a better world for everybody.
Exactly. It's about being conscious creators, understanding that our thoughts and actions have a ripple effect.
That's powerful. That takes this idea of personal growth to a whole other level.
It does. It's not just about self-improvement. It's about using your power to make a difference.
Think and Grow Rich is more than just a self-help book. It's a call to action.
It is.
And it's a book that you can revisit over and over again.
Absolutely.
I bet every time you read it, you discover something new.
Oh, for sure. And that's what makes it so timeless. It can guide you through your entire life.
Well, I think it's safe to say that we just scratched the surface of Think and Grow Rich today. But hopefully we've given you some new ideas and inspiration. Remember, listener, the journey to riches, however you define them, it starts with a single thought.
Keep those desires burning bright. Never underestimate your power to achieve incredible things.